3 Americans freed after being jailed in North Korea have thanked President Trump for bringing us home. They have now arrived in Alaska before flying to Washington to meet President Trump. In a statement, the men said, "We would like to express our deep appreciation to the United States government, President Trump, Secretary Pompeo, and the people of the United States for bringing us home. We thank God and all our families and friends who prayed for us and for our return. God bless America, the greatest nation in the world." Their release comes after North Korean leader Kim Jong Un held talks with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who visited Pyongyang ahead of the planned summit between Donald Trump and Mr. Kim. The president said he would meet the 3 released prisoners when they land in the U.S. on Thursday morning. He tweeted, "I am pleased to inform you that Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is in the air and on his way back from North Korea with the 3 wonderful gentlemen that everyone is looking so forward to meeting. They seem to be in good health. Also, good meeting with Kim Jong Un.Date Place said." Mr. Trump added, "Secretary Pompeo and his guests will be landing at Andrews Air Force Base at 2:00 a.m. in the morning.I will be there to greet them. Very exciting." The prisoners Kim Dong Chul, Kim Hak Song and Tony Kim were accused by North Korea of anti-state activities. Their plane is currently at Yokota base in Japan, before later continuing the trip home. All 3 appeared to be in good health and were able to walk without help, the White House said. Kim Dong Chul, a South Korea-born pastor, was arrested in 2015 and accused of spying. A year later, he was sentenced to 10 years as hard labor. The 2 other men were working at Pyongyang University of Science and Technology, founded by evangelical Christians from overseas, when they were arrested last year and accused of hostile acts. Tony Kim's family said in a statement they were very grateful that he and the other prisoners had been released. Until now, the only American to have been freed from North Korea during the Trump presidency is Otto Warmbier, who returned to the U.S. in a coma and died. He had been captive for 17 months. Mr. Pompeo had earlier said it would be a great gesture if the men were freed, and Mr. Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton, said it would be an opportunity for the North to demonstrate their authenticity. Mike Pompeo was in the country to finalize details of the meeting between Mr. Trump and Mr. Kim, but details of the location and timing of the summit have not yet been made public. On Wednesday, Mr. Pompeo met Kim Yong Chol, vice chairman of the Central Committee of North Korea's ruling party, for lunch. The pair discussed the possible agenda for the meeting between their leaders. It was Mr. Pompeo's second trip to North Korea he visited at Easter, before he was officially appointed as America's top diplomat. The release of the prisoners is the latest move in a remarkable thaw in relations between the North Korea and the West that has seen Kim Jong Un promise to give up his nuclear program. The leaders of North and South Korea recently held their first meeting in more than a decade, with the men joining hands as they stepped across their joint border. As the details are filled in for his face-to-face with Donald Trump, Mr. Kim visited China on Monday and Tuesday. He told Chinese President Xi Jinping that his country is committed to denuclearization if the relevant party drops hostile threats.